Hi, my name is Ojas, and I won't confine myself to any department, hall, wing, year, or anything. I am a student of IIT Kharagpur, and I am a member of the KGP community. Last night, we lost another one of our own. This has been said for the fourth time within this semester itself. Once again, everyone is urging everyone to speak to everyone, to interact, to uncover all the problems that anyone else might be facing and might not be able to deal with. While these initiatives are very noble, we often fail to educate ourselves about what we are supposed to do should we actually come across someone, friend or not, that might be going through something tough. We just assume that talking about these problems will magically resolve them. Unfortunately, that is not true. All of us do not have the solutions to all the problems faced by everyone else. Mostly when people come forward with their problems, they are faced with poker faces and dumb silence because the other person, not because the other person doesn't care, but because the other person doesn't know what to do about it. Well, here are a few things that you need to keep in mind. Here is what you're supposed to do when someone comes to you with a problem and when someone asks for your help. Pay attention. To begin with, sometimes when someone comes to you for help, their problems might seem small, trivial almost. Something you might not even have given a second thought to. But please, do not let this on to them. Do not let them think for a second that you think their problems are small, or they might stop coming to you, because for them, their entire world is collapsing around this one problem. Just think back onto your own lives. Have you never come across situations where your entire world got consumed by this one problem that you couldn't deal with? Haven't you atheists started praying, and you theists, haven't you started cursing your own gods for these problems? Well, put yourself back there. That's where they are right now, and they need your help. And proceed from there. There is a reason psychologists are so underappreciated. It is because advice dena is so deeply rooted in our bones that we don't really feel like it's a big deal. Well, fight that urge. Anyone can give advice. Many can give great advice. But that's not why they've come to you for help. They don't want your advice. They want your presence. They want your ears. They want you to genuinely listen to them. Hear their problems. They don't just want someone that is hearing them out, just waiting for their own turn to speak. And trust me, this is very clearly visible. Psychologists are trained to listen to their patients for hours and hours through weeks and weeks of therapy. Just hearing the patient's life. Even though they might see the problem right in front of them, they won't jump at it. They would gently guide the patient towards the solution, using their vast knowledge of years and years of training about mental illnesses and all those things. But we are not all trained psychologists, though this is basic emotional first aid, and therefore all of us must be very clearly aware of it. Just listen. Spend some time reading up and educating yourself about these issues. There are many online resources that you can refer to, such as videos, blogs, articles, novels, web pages that are dedicated to mental illnesses that you can use to learn about it. And please, I do not mean scoop websites that show 10 signs that you are depressed or 15 signs that your friend might commit suicide kind of shit. That is not medical research, please. If your friend comes to you asking for help and you genuinely wish to help, then this is what you can do. There are two aspects to this. First is understanding the emotional trauma that they are going through. That is trying to understand the very nature of depression, its signs, symptoms, and of course its remedies. And secondly is trying to understand the actual problem itself. Say if it is job or academics related, you can actually go up and try to read up on what are the technical terms surrounding that problem that he or she might use to describe it. what are the general solutions to that problem, how common is that problem in their field. I'm not asking you to become an expert in your friend's field overnight, but just taking these steps shows that you care enough to try and work with your friend to come to a solution with it. And this in itself makes that other friend open up to you much, much more. It is helpful in that process. So make that extra effort. They would appreciate it. And finally, and probably most importantly, while it is important for you to recommend and support your friend should they wish or need to seek counseling, it is important that you do not force them into it. Be gentle, be patient, be there for them. Eventually your friend will need to seek professional help, but please do not push them into it. They will resent it throughout. Remember, there is a great urge for us to appear to be a good friend rather than actually being a good friend. Please do not let public approval drive anything that you do. Suicide is 100% preventable. All you need to do is care. If you feel like you learned something here, please share this with your friends and family. I am not getting paid for this, but I want to share this awareness as much as possible. I feel like this knowledge should be common knowledge. And if you are interested in learning more, I have a decently good sized repository of more information that I will be more than willing to share with anyone that asks for it. Remember, presence is a gift. Advice, perilous. Thank you.